Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. What's going on? We're back in business with Langers. How are you, mate? Long time no see. Well, I've seen you, but you haven't been on the channel.
Just on the channel. Good to be here. Thanks for having me on.
No worries, mate. What's been happening? How you been?
Yeah, good, mate. Lots of footy. Been going sick on the footy, to be honest. Been to a lot of games. Intaking a lot of games. SuperCoach not doing too well, though. I had a good week last week, but
Interesting.
yeah, just been watching a lot of games. I enjoy watching teams' game styles, how they go. St Kilda, enjoy watching. They've been looking good. The Blues been up and about, and the Cats have looked good at stages too. So
Not so good on Monday.
oh, they did. Yeah, look, as a neutral fan, it would have been a good game to watch. Yeah,
They're always close, aren't they? It's
yeah,
crazy.
they are. Yeah, just no givens in this game anymore, Daniel, and that goes for SuperCoach as well.
Yeah, well, that's true, mate. So let's not fuck around any longer. And
That's what we're here. We're not here
SuperCoach,
to muck around. So.
it's a bit going on at this stage because we can make some upgrades. It's that time now. If some of our cash cows have just fattened up, we can start milking those bad boys.
I'm sharpening my knives.
Yeah, brutal, brutal. Take them to the slaughterhouse and
Take them to the candy shop.
yeah. And I want to hear what you're doing on the trade table.
You want my trade?
Yeah,
Okay.
this week I want hit me.
So
Welcome to Langers.
I'm gonna go my second trade boost.
Oh shit! Yep.
So
Okay.
my first week team was great. My second week team was like, oh no, I've missed some real big players, and I had to get Nick Martin back.
Oh yes,
I
your
got him
trade
out
at
before,
Etihad
'cause
Stadium.
yeah.
Marvel
Hey,
Stadium.
It worked for me.
It did. It
worked,
did.
but it didn't cost me a trade to. So, but as Hayes scored well in round one, I brought Dante Vicentini in.
Yeah. I'm just gonna smack a little emergency loophole round one.
I just think I don't normally use 3 trades during the buys. So I might as well use. I might still do 1 3 trade during the buys.
Yeah.
But this will probably be the last one I can see myself doing. And I think I'm in a good position now. So
And there's nothing wrong with making trades as long as they're good trades.
No.
You know?
I've only got 5 rookies on field
Really?
after
Jeez,
these trades.
That's really good.
Yeah.
How many I got? But walk me through your. I've just got my little side up here. But
so
walk me through your trades.
I've held Cripps, so this is
Yeah.
what's helping me. And I went early on Preuss, which killed me the week that he was out because I scored like 2,050.
Yeah.
But then this week I scored like 2,250. So that was really good in the context of
The R2 position has been the rise and fall of Langers SuperCoach the last couple of
R2
weeks.
and the D2.
Yeah.
Wow!
All right, so Star Wars fans.
Yeah, how good Star Wars.
It is.
So my trades, I needed to get English in. So English in, bang.
Boom.
Malcolm Rosas Jr., he's also in. I have gone a week early on Ben Hobbs, but I feel that is a risk I am comfortable to take because my cash gen on my benches is going well. And if he gets injured this week, I've still got, players on the bench that will do very well for me.
Yeah.
So in Hobbs, Malcolm Rosas Jr., and Timothy English.
I didn't realise there was a junior in there.
I think there was a junior.
Yeah, there is. There is. I think, what the hell?
It's just a ripper name. Out, and this is contention. Mitchell Hinge. He's not injured. He's hinged.
Fuck.
Jason Horn-Francis and
Shit.
Josh Rochelle.
Yeah, okay. Now, that's fair, mate. I mean, I like the fact that
His break-even is 10.
His break-even is 10, Josh Rochelle.
Yep.
Are you comfortable? You just want to pull that trigger? You don't... Any concerns about leaving some cash on the table? You just want to get English in?
Who would you rather have in your forward line, English or Rochelle?
I would prefer English,
Well,
man.
I've just answered your question.
Oh, shit. This is why I get him on. He's concise and he knows what he's talking about. No,
Don't back me around, Daniel.
I totally agree with your trades. I said this off podcast, but I
air?
just off air. Fuck. But I'd just like to hit you with a couple of curly ones.
Yeah, go for it.
That was my curly one. That's what I hit you with, and you smacked me in the face.
What, Rochelle?
Yeah, that was it.
I was like a strong forehand
Yeah,
down the line.
yeah. Like that was my curly question. You
so
just defended
if
it.
the
brutally.
Rochelle, he's been, really solid, and I still think he will be solid, but I can see some attention coming towards him now, as I accurately predicted it would happen against Richmond. He got some Boston attention, and if not for the 2 late goals, he could have been looking at a -30 score.
Yeah, he was
But
struggling.
he had a really strong last quarter. Still love him. I reckon he'll win the Rising Star.
Yeah.
I reckon he's an awesome
Better than
player.
Dacos.
He's kicking more goals.
He is.
He could be Australian this year. I know that sounds insane, but right now he's on the Australian bench. I would have him.
It does sound insane.
Yeah. For impact, maybe not pure statistical analysis. But, all right, so my forward line reads as the follows. The following. English, Dunkley, Heaney, Butters, Cherry, Hayes. If I could...
The Jack variety.
If I could... I've got the Will Brodie and the Stephen Canelio in the midfield, and they will be replacing Cherry and Hayes next week because I'll probably be trading one, if not both of those two out next week. Yeah, and I'm looking at a Jaden Short or a defender.
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
other main contention point of my side is the Lockie Whitfield factor, and he was in some trade calculations out this week, but I'm not necessarily going to back him, but. He's just sitting there.
He's been so frustrating, hasn't he? I mean, I look at your side, and I reckon it looks really good.
Thanks, mate.
It's aside from Whitfield, is the only thing that clearly is a point where you want to get rid of him. So you're just happy to sort of ride those bumps and deal with him at another time.
Yeah, and if he goes poorly, then just go bang next week. So you go like a Whitfield and maybe a Hayes out for a Short and. Someone will Sam Hayes
swap
bang.
Dixon into the forward line. Yeah,
absolutely. It could definitely happen.
Yeah, that's good. And I think we need Cripps to come back, don't we?
He'll be back.
We need you're backing him in.
Yeah, he'll be back.
All right, shit, good.
And if he scores 80, so be it. He's not going to leave my side for the rest of the year because he'll be up and about.
Yeah, good. No, that's fair call. In terms of my side,
talk me through it. Look, this is the box office.
I mean, Brodie Grundy was really frustrating me, but. I've probably got 4 trades I would like to do, but you can only do 3 at a time.
Yep.
So that leaves me with, I want to prioritise cash generation. So Mr. Malcolm Roses is...
Malcolm Rosas Jr.
We're bringing him in.
Yep. No, it's a good call.
And it's probably for Connor McDonald, who is just not going too far in terms of his cash.
Hasn't been poor.
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn. And then... I sort of feel as if Matty Rowell, he's got to break in about 100 now. So I feel like I've got to pull that trigger. And I think I'm going to pull that trigger on Jack Steele. I really love Steele. I know you love him too. I want to bring him in.
I started with him and I thought I've made the wrong decision here.
Yeah.
I didn't pick Miller. And everyone was like, as if you're not picking Miller.
Yeah.
Now who's laughing? Because Miller's slowed down to a halt. And
not tackling.
That will change this week.
It will.
Yeah. Steele's going great guns and had some big scores early in the year. Scores.
He really did.
But I think consistency, Steele's been going very well. The only thing I would maybe, question.
Oh shit!
And I've got 2 things.
I have my third trade would be Cherry down to Preuss.
Okay.
To get in that cash.
That's
to get in that cash.
We'll talk about. So McDonald, and you sort of just answered the question there, but McDonald is 184, and the Malcolm Rosas Jr. is only 130. So it costs you 50k. So you're not getting a real boost of money from McDonald, but eventually the points on field and the money that Rosas will make he'll be more than 184 next week. Rosas Jr.
And I agree. Like, I sort of hate making a trade where you don't get much bang for your buck on the way down. Like, Rosas will be a really nice option going forward, but to only get 54k from that trade is a bit frustrating. But I sort of look at some other guys, and it's not going to be Brodie, it's not going to be Martin. Rochelle is sort of in my plans for next week.
Yep.
So I sort of feel like.
Who have the Crom got this week, by the way?
That's a very good question.
Okay, I'll just look at that while you continue.
Yeah, and otherwise, like I said at the start, the 4 trades I would like to do, the other one would have been Grundy to English. So I didn't want to go Grundy to Preuss because I felt that would have left my ruck department a little bit iffy. But who have the Crows got?
The Dogs in Ballarat. So I don't reckon Rochelle scores that well this week, to be honest.
I mean, look, you're right, but break even at 10, he's going to make some money.
Oh, he'll absolutely,
The way I've worked it out for the plan next week, as long as he can get 50-something, at least, but it's so hard to predict rookie scores, isn't it?
Jimmy Rowe last year.
Yeah.
100 Adelaide
Yeah,
Oval and then like
yeah.
20 the next week.
Like it
happened for
rookie.
4 weeks in a row, and I was
Exactly. It's rookie roulette. So
on the Cade McDonald thing, Cade McDonald,
Kados.
Connor. So this is the thing. Like, yeah, it doesn't. You're not getting that maximum dollar sort of value from him. But with the 3 booster thing, sometimes you need to just go a little C McDonald down to Rosas, and then it's like, boom, now I can get steal because of that.
Yeah.
Boom, now I can do this move because I've got that extra third trade up my sleeve. Whereas you wouldn't be able. Some people might not be able to get English this week if you don't have 2 trades, unless you sacrifice a primo.
Yeah.
Unless you've held Cripps for a week and it's like, I can't get English in unless I trade Cripps in the second week, and he might be back this week. So this is a little, yeah, you're losing a trade, you're not making money for it, but structurally, it's probably better for you.
Yeah.
Let me hit you a little. I hit you down the forehand down the line before. This is a backhand down
Shit,
the line.
all right.
3 out of the last Brody Grundy scores against Essendon have been 150s.
Whoa, really? That's saucy. Yeah.
Look, I believe that's correct. I read it somewhere in the
and look, mate,
zeitgeist of SuperCoach social media.
And that's it. Like, obviously, it's frustrating, and he's going to start leaking coin out his ass. Like, it's going nowhere. It's going to be frustrating. But, we saw it with Zach Butters' response. We saw what happened with Max Gawn. And I was worried about Gawn from a positional role point of view. Grundy's role, look, he just sort of, sometimes he can look disinterested.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but I certainly don't want to downgrade him. The only option would have been English, but of all the prioritisation I've got to do, that's the 4th most important trade out of 4, and I can only do 3. So it sort of answered itself in the end.
And I haven't got the liberty of trading Grundy because I've already traded Gawn this year. And in which hindsight, do you have Gawn?
I had him once upon a time.
And you traded him for Wits?
Correct.
I thought you started with Wits.
No, it would have looked much better if I did.
In hindsight, it's probably a mistake, but
definitely.
he could get injured and then he comes back.
It's definitely a mistake. But and look, Cherry, a lot of people would say, he's pretty reliable. He's got more cash to make. That is true. But when push comes to shove, somebody's got to go. If I'm going to get him Preuss, and that's just the way it fell.
I think there's enough value in the midfield anyway to be able to get like Steele. That's not like you take it's still a primo, even if Rao's not a primo and Steele is a primo. Are we on a time limit for recording?
No, mate, no time limit.
It's just always enjoyable when you're doing your podcast and then you're like really deep into this discussion and then you just cut back like 4 years later. It's like, I went 26 years over my recording limit.
I know. Look, when we're going the visuals on the old Bandicam, chops me off for 10 minutes. But we are.
That's probably a good thing is you talk about bed sheets and
you tell me.
Spoons and
well,
stuff.
You tell me. When you go to the ice cream store, is it a waffle cone or a cup?
You can't get a cup at an ice cream.
Thank
Who gets a cup?
I'm telling you, it's common.
M gets a cup. Like,
well,
your partner gets a cup.
You should assess your relationship, man.
Well, that's fine. I get a cone, but she can't have any of my cone. She gets a cup for herself.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Or if you don't want too much, you can get a cup. But
the crunch and the waffle cone vibe is... Look, I went on a date once upon a time, Jake, and we went and got ice cream, going to have a little walk along the beach, make love. Only 2 of those things happen. But she got an ice cream in a cup. That's when I knew it wasn't going anywhere.
You haven't had ice cream properly unless the shard of waffle goes through the roof of your mouth and stabs you in the brain through.
Yeah.
Or
if I had a tooth out one time and returned back to the ice cream and waffle combination and went, my fucking gum!
The waffle shard just like... like Harry Potter when he stabs the snake in the mouth with the sword. That's like the waffle like just goes up in you. It goes up in your head. Anyway, we're getting off topic here.
That's what they love out there, man. That's what they love.
Yeah, it's just...
I got a name for you.
Daniel Short?
Luke Parker.
Yes.
I'm seriously thinking
100%
that it's a very, very good option. I didn't realise he had a 39 the other week. What the hell happened there?
He scored 39.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, have a look at this.
Excuse me?
So he's at a ridiculous price
He's
point.
at like 480 and he's going down. Where did he score 39?
I think it was against North Melbourne. Oh, yeah, you don't like my lo-fi laptop?
your HP.
There it is, round 4. He still had like 20-something touches. So, okay, he had 18 touches, 5 clangers, 3 frees against.
What was it? When was that? Was that against
North Melbourne?
Oh, I guess North played okay. But
Yeah.
look, no.
It's risky.
As a forward, though, you'd cop 76s and 73s, and then if there's a 167 and a 123 in there too.
The thing is, when he goes big, he really has always had a big ceiling. And I'm feeling like we've sort of been talking about this with Heaney, but when Papley and Franklin come back, where's the spot for, like, they don't need Heaney and Parker down there, so both of their midfield time will increase. I've been digesting and dissecting the numbers, Jake.
Digesting?
In terms of the centre bounce attendance, what do Sydney like to set up as? Mills is a mainstay.
He's in there.
Rowbottom is actually very often their second highest attender. Yeah. Ollie Florin in there a lot. Chad Warner and Luke Parker are probably
stacked, aren't they?
that's and then if you just want to throw a Heaney in there, go for your life.
I'll just play basically loose and just either kick goals or just get touches and set up goals.
So look, I think you could mount the case. Is he top 6? I don't know, but break even at 118, 483. So I reckon he's going to be less than 480. One would say if he turns up and holds that price, that's great. Gives us more confidence, but. Here's my little plan, right? Shorty works in 2 weeks. Yeah, I work 2 weeks ahead, so I'm thinking I just said me trades. Then I've sussed out the numbers, and I'm thinking next week upgrade of Horn Francis and Rochelle. And here's the big one, right? Jared Witts will have peaked in price. Peaked in price.
It's been haunting you, hasn't it?
And now you would say he's a very solid option, and he is, but he's priority in my team is to make me money. Mm-hmm. So he's not going to be a keeper. He's just not. So in theory, when he maxes out in price, it's the best time to get rid of him. So if I feel the need to go a juicy double upgrade, I mean, that
sounds like a KFC.
What's juicier than a double upgrade, Lane?
Large popcorn chicken and large chips, thank you.
I could go him all the way down to Sam Hayes, because in the old planning, you got to find a way to do Hayes. Is it Hugh Dixon or is it Witts, who would allow me to go bang, Rochelle, to
Vincenzo. Pinocchio's brother, Vincenzo.
To probably Luke Parker. Fuck. And then go Horn Francis to probably a Miller or Petrarca, who have very much gettable break-evens, but are likely plateauing at their
Witts
price.
Down to Hayes is 2 upgrades. That's what you just said. I reckon you've pulled a similar move like that before. I reckon you might have gone a Gawn or similar down to a young Riley O'Brien once.
Yes.
And I didn't do it.
Yes.
And I reckon that was the move that made your year. Because
that was big.
I don't think Hayes will be of the same, but he'll be in the team the rest of the year. Hayes.
Yeah.
And he'll, 60s, 70s,
and that's
be chugging along making money. Because at the end of the year, I'm a sucker for not having cash down on my benches. And you were like, I've just got like a 500k ruck 3 sitting, remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, and you were like, I'll just put him as ruck 2. And then you I think you sold your other ruckman and you were like, I can just upgrade like my M8 to like the best midfielder, I think. And
it was crucial. It was crucial.
In the year you got Dangerfield and you brought him in as captain, he scored 200 as well.
Oh, Cornelio I brought in, scored 206. You're like, how the fuck do you bring him in?
I don't reckon you've ever made a bad trade in from a Primo. So
yeah, look, the trade, I do love trading. Just can't pick a good starting squad. But this year's looking a little bit better. But that also works into my thought of keeping Grundy, because say hypothetically I went Grundy down to Preuss. Then when I did this thing with Witts, all of a sudden your ruck department is Preuss and Hayes. So I'm much more comfortable with having Grundy and Preuss or Grundy and Hayes, whatever way you want to cut it. To have those 2 guys as the only ruckman would be far too risky, I think. And 100%, mate, Timmy English, he's killing me every time he goes big. And he's got a West Coast side this week. No, sorry, Adelaide. He's got Adelaide?
And then West Coast.
Then West Coast, sorry. So
we score well against, but like at Ballarat, all the dogs score amazingly. And he's
West Coast
he just
ruck
looks
department.
Like, he's around the ground stuff since
it's crazy.
Like he's basically another mid.
And it kills me even more because it's the shit I knew he could do 2 years ago when I started with him, and he destroyed me.
It was like when you were like hyping up Jordan Clark and he played like that in that preseason game, and then he played shocking.
So that's that's where it's at, and I really think you want to bolster some coin, because Miller, Petrarca, Oliver, all at really nice prices over the next couple of weeks.
2 midfielders that I want to target: Benethan Keys,
and
Andrew Brayshaw.
Yeah,
I want both of them in my team.
And some some people might be looking at Tommy Mitchell and sort of saying, is he back? Are you in some sort of meditation right now?
Yeah, I think he might still score well, but I'd rather just go that younger.
I agree with you. I agree.
They're still an inconsistent team, Hawthorn.
I don't really like having one of my premium mids. As a guy that at some stage in the season, a developing team goes, we're just going to play him a little more half forward. Because after round 4, he'd played 19% more time in the forward half. That may have corrected because he's gone 120 and 140.
Well, I think they just panicked after a big loss too and put him back in the carts, and he just played amazingly. If I didn't have to get English this week, I would have gotten Keys in.
Yeah. Gee, he's going bonkers, isn't he?
No Sloan now.
True. I didn't think he used the ball well enough to be such a primo, but he just wins it and just tackles. Yeah.
And he's similar to Took, like his work rate's just insane. Yeah. Like he's the hardest running player almost in the AFL.
Do you know how long Aaron Hall's out for?
I'd probably say 4 weeks. Yeah. Aaron.
Because he's going to be a saucy upgrade.
I wouldn't go near him.
You wouldn't go near him?
I wouldn't go near him. No. I wouldn't go near him with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, righto. Interesting. That, Aaron.
He had hamstring scans.
Yeah, he did.
During the week before that.
Oh, really?
His hamstring.
And they played him.
Just check-up scans, but they must have been checking on something.
Must have sensed something. Yeah, that's interesting.
It's as if a million voices cried out and were suddenly silenced.
A bit of Obi-Wan Kenobi for your...
loves a bit of Star Wars. Is our language fan.
Now, let's talk about Braydon Preuss. Let's talk about him. We've flirted with him. Leon is on record saying he's in, and I reckon he'll want a bit of vengeance for disappointing the team. Flynn played really well, and I think regardless of if Flynn is playing, you get Preuss in because he's minus 93 break even. He's 200k as a rookie, basically, for basically a number 1 ruck and a premium ruck. If he played a full season, he'd be a premium ruck.
I agree.
Yeah,
and he's been building for Terry Wallace. Correct. But no, you're right. You got to get him in. But I want a saucy, dirty little soul ruck at some stage. I want him back as that soul ruck.
I think
piss off Flynn.
I think Flynn played well, but GWS are a 1 ruck team.
So
they could drop Flynn.
But the thing is, that 1 ruck changes randomly, doesn't it? Leon's not now. You reckon?
No, he stays in now.
Bang! Oh,
kick the cat. His whole career has been in out. He's been injured. He didn't even get a game last year because he tore his pec. He's in. Yeah, like this is, when players, like sort of similar to Daniel Menzel, like we just had the knee recos, he was in now, and then he's back, and then he's just, that's it, he's in now.
Yes.
And then that talk just goes away.
I like this.
He could be a premium ruck.
That's very interesting. I just sat back and absorbed that. That was some wisdom. Nah, look, I mean, honestly, this is why we're talking about him so much in the preseason.
Yeah, he could be.
And look, Max Lynch as well.
No.
I'm not saying just yet, but like
similar circumstance.
After Ned Reeves' shoulder burst off into the road 2 of the stands.
Didn't that look bad? The poor kid was rolling.
Someone passed me shoulder back. I think it's in row C.
How was the bloke that was trying to carry him off too? It was like at the height of his hips, and the guy he was holding his hands above his head to hold Reeves' shoulder.
So brutal.
That looks so painful.
I'm not saying he's going to average like Preuss, but Lynch will also get some really good opportunity. He's 203 or something like that. Like
is he forward?
He's right next to Preuss. I am not sure.
Lynch.
I feel like he might have.
He's just a ruck.
Did he play 1 game earlier in the year?
Yeah.
So that's annoying.
he had
the bee sting. Yeah.
He got concussed.
Yeah.
Had ongoing symptoms, which is no laughing matter.
No, wow.
And then he got COVID, and then he was going to come back, and he got stung by a bee and had anaphylactic shock. The poor.
That's
the worst week of his life.
He's just like thinking, I'm finally getting a good opportunity. This is great. Then fucking zzz, bang.
He scored 11, in his first game. So he's gonna.
Awkward.
His break even's 71, so he'd have to score well to have a break even in the negative. So
you could almost be worth. It depends. Like it always depends, but he could be a guy to pick up after his 4th game or after his
potentially.
I would say it's unlikely that we entertain
with
it because Preuss and Hayes better options. Probably don't need to do it, but is anything else on your mind?
Lots of things, mate.
Oh boy,
lots of things.
I'm
just going to go through my team quickly
because I'm feeling
the DPP changes.
That's true.
I think that's a really big sort of thing. My team was looking shot a couple of weeks ago, and now it's like bam, bam. Pew, pew.
It does help, doesn't it? Just mainly almost from the rookies. Like, it obviously
Yeah,
helps
well,
with Luke Parker, but
Dacos, Def
Yeah.
mid. Even Jackson Mead, who's just chilling on my mid bench, is now a forward. So now I can just put him down there to keep making cash at that F8 spot.
Yeah.
And bring in another mid, and that's why I've gone Ben Hobbs, because Mead's been playing every week and actually performing pretty well. He's not scoring amazingly.
Yeah.
So his break
I'm
even
surprised
is
Hinge
41,
didn't get midfield eligibility, because I swear I know the last couple of games he played half back, but I felt like he lined up consistently on the wing for the first couple of games.
Yeah, but then he was, I think the early 2 games he was really just cemented in the back line. So I reckon if he didn't get injured, quite possibly.
Yeah. Because Dacos I'd love to have in the back line, but it doesn't really work too much for me, because the only sort of swap I can do is Crisp or Hewitt, so it's a bit of a much.
Well, it just depends on, you're going to hold Hinge this week.
Yes.
If he's not named?
Yeah, look,
if he's not named, would you feel comfortable putting DeConing on field?
Not really, no.
Yeah, so
but
would you have to entertain Hinge then?
Look, I'm pretty set with...
Remember, he's not injured, he's hingered.
Yeah. I'm pretty set with it. But look, here's the thing, right? Fuck. Fucking hell.
What?
I was hoping a bit of an emergency loophole. I was hoping Adelaide may have played later in the week and just get 2 cracks at see how Gibcus goes, see how DeConning goes. But look, I mean, you're 100% right.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
Probably going to hurt me.
Speaking of loopholes, anyone that has Jack Hayes, he plays on the Friday night, put him on your bench, and I hope, like me, that you've got a Dante Vicentini just chilling on your bench.
Yeah.
Maximise your scoring potential with your rookies. It's similar to SuperCoach draft. Your primos aren't the ones that kill you. It's the the difference between a Rochelle 106 and like a 30 or 40 score. Yeah. That's the difference between like a 140 and like a 220. Yeah. And that's at the moment 5k rank.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true.
Don't shoot yourself in the foot, but Hayes, I'm just starting him on my forward bench. Rosas is on the field. See how Hayes scores on the Friday night. Bang, Vicentini on field for Rosas.
Well, that's a very saucy idea, and that is also what I think I'll do with maybe Rochelle, because I have Hoff. So I think, obviously, we don't know the teams just yet. But
if you wanted to be, if I wanted to be smart, actually, Daniel, just looking at it now, I could almost loop Whitfield for DeConing as well. See how Whitfield scores on Friday night as well. Not that I think he's going to score under 50, and not that I'd back. Yeah, back.
But it's a good example of what you can do if you like.
If people had an O'Driscoll on the bench, maybe. Yeah. In the back line, maybe.
Wasn't he good? Jeez.
Mate, you had a dream that he scored 100.
Yeah, I actually did.
You said that
legitimately had a dream.
You said that to me. That's insane.
In the mix, AFL website. Mitch Hinge is likely to be fit again after a hip issue, but
a season.
Right, that'll be funny to listen back to. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I really do. We need Cripper to be named, and we need Hinge to be named, and then we'll just go from there, I think. But yeah, definitely a few of these cash cows are starting to fatten up, and we start to turf them out. So
you have great advice when you say don't be afraid to trade, because
thank you, Jack.
It's not. What do you say?
It's not the number of trades.
Yeah,
it's one of the more common things is like, oh my God, I have 26 trades. Is that too little at this stage of the year? It's like, well, let me see your trades, because I'll tell you if there's 3 shit ones in there.
Because they could be full primo and or they could have no, like if they're just all rookies and it's like, well, then
in essence, it's like the real question is, when should my team be full of premiums? Yeah, that's the real question. If your team's full after and you have 8 trades left, and your mate has traded better and his team's full of premiums and he's got 12 trades left, then there's your answer. So it's nothing wrong with trading, nothing wrong with being aggressive, as long as you're just not sideways trading or doing dumb stuff.
When do you hope to be full primo?
Well, in theory, I need 2 upgrades down back.
Technically, I mean,
after this
if we're counting rookies as players that we don't think will be in our final team, I've got 3, maybe 5. So that's at least 10 trades. Yeah. So I think maybe like 4 or 5 weeks right before the buys.
Yeah, I think probably 2 in the back line, 3 in the midfield. Preuss will come in.
I didn't count Dacos. Then
You didn't count Dacos?
I reckon Dacos is still.
I mean, he's
the last one.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that. He'll be the
Oh,
last
well, I
one you
said
trade
it
out.
first, so.
And same with Cornelio, Brody. There's no rush to get rid of these guys.
Well,
but
Cornelio could just stay there.
he
the whole year.
could be a keeper. He's
Or
only
just
had that 49, I think it was, and that was the only poor score. So
Did he score 49?
that's, I feel like against the Giants, maybe. He had a bit of a
He scored
stinker.
49 against the Giants.
Yeah.
His own team.
Oh, fuck. Fremantle.
No, he scored 64.
64.
So that's not like
He was on 63 at three-quarter time, actually.
Yeah, that's a good game. He could end up as like an F7.
And what's great is these guys are well over 400k. Like Dacos will get their Cornelio, Brody, and Martin might even get beyond 350. And if Driscoll goes at this rate, he'll be beyond 350 pretty easy. So
Martin just as a player.
Yeah.
He's honestly almost been the best player.
He's
said
so
it in the pod
clean
last night. Yeah.
So that is what helps, because in essence you're only going to need to spend between 100k and 200k to upgrade, and that 200k would only be for a real big dog midfielder. So
You love that big dog.
yeah, I do
The
love
only
a big
thing
dog.
is, will there be enough rookies to come through?
Well, that's the question.
to
Sometimes it's not about
supplant that.
the money that's on your field, it's the money that's on your bench, because the ones that are on your field are in essence upgrades. The ones that are on your bench are where you're going to downgrade. So that's why probably getting Roses in is crucial. And and you gotta find a little discount every now and then. That's why I think I'll latch on to Parker. That's why I think if Mitch Duncan gets a 90+ this week, I think you got to seriously consider him as well.
There's value around, Lipinsk still value in the forward line.
Yeah, that's
Mr.
very
Lipinsk.
true. And Jaden Short's gonna be dropping like crazy.
I'll be getting him as my next premium.
Yes, it
Probably.
pissed me off, that score, very much.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sicily, still value?
Sicily, look, I wouldn't rush out to get him, but he's
like value.
He's definitely still at some value. So, well,
cool.
We might just wrap that one up.
Yeah. It's great to be back.
Yeah, look, it's good to have you back, my friend.
Yeah.
Lots of videos this week, mate.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
put the tips up on Wednesday.
The content, some interesting live streams.
Yes, we'll be going live tonight, which obviously won't make sense as to when I post this, but hopefully, will you be along for the quiz? The quiz has been going well.
Potentially.
Cool.
Yeah, will the feet be out?
Nah, mate. If you win the quiz, I'll show you my feet.
That should be the prize.
Someone
People are
suggested
like, hey,
that.
can you just give everyone a Sharon who wins the prize every week?
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
I'll spend $200 a week on a...
Yeah, I've just got cash floating out my ass here. So
no, it's good.
yeah.
Good. The boys getting around the fans are getting around the live stream, which is
They're
good.
a good bit of fun.
Lots of work in the. I reckon your pre-season work is up there with the best in regards to the SuperCoach YouTubers.
Thank you.
Yeah, just the compact content and
I was
format.
pumping it out. If you're a fan of podcasts, though, we also have AFL Unlimited.
Oh, do we?
Which we are involved with, as well as two other mates. So,
and when you say we're involved, you mean like I do all the work, and you just
I rock up once a week for 40 minutes, talk some trash, and then Langus does everything else.
Yeah, but we've been getting some traction on that too.
Yeah,
so
we have.
at AFL Unlimited on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, get around it, and
So get around it.
Spotify for the actual podcast, and listen to our terrible takes and just haze us about Geelong and just everything.
Yeah, you get the banter going. But no, thank you very much, mate. We might sign off, but all the best, my friend.
Thank you.
We'll have you on again soon.
I hope so.
Thank you. Goodbye.